episode 17 with Cam Williams. This is Speedwalking in Tracksuits with Jeremy. Hi, Cam.
Good morning.
I'm glad you wore your church clothes today.
You know,
everybody get a look at this getup.
You would think with a figure like mine that I have just a closet full of like Batman tracksuits, but I honestly didn't. So I ordered this just for you.
You got that on Alibaba?
It came from Amazon and it showed up, and the company name is G Style.
G Style. That's my rapper name for this speedwalking gig is Roy G. The short version of Roy G. Biv. Yes. That is beautiful. When I pulled up to your car, I thought, this fucking man is outdoing me.
Well, I learned a long time ago that if you're going to do something, you don't half-ass it. If you're going to do something, you be a total ass.
You got a whole ass it. Right. My grandma used to always complain about my grandpa, or she would say, your grandpa always said, if you can't do something right, don't do it at all. And then she would finish with, coincidentally, he never got shit done around here.
I'm not going to lift a finger.
So we're back at Bailey Park, started at everyone's playground, and we're walking linear trail, this great trail system that we have in Battle Creek. Tell the audience about you, Cam.
Well, first, I was wondering when they started letting you back near playgrounds.
Oh, no, it's just a certain hours.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm not. It's just it's because of the snail trails that I leave on the slides.
Going up or down?
It's not what I only go up. You got to wipe off the frenulums.
Yeah.
God damn it, that's gross,
front to
Jeremy.
back, not back.
Sometimes use your filter. You missed a really great spelling bee. You would have had a hoot.
We wanted to go, but my fiance and I have 4 beautiful daughters, and it leaves a lot to tend to at home.
Dude,
most nights.
I imagine. I have one, and she's only 7. You have some little ones and some big ones, yeah?
13, 11, 7, and 3.
Whew, that's a range.
Yeah, we're almost to the point where they can at least be babysat by one of them.
They can all be self-contained
unit.
unit.
Go Lord of the Flies with them and just
my
leave out a bowl of food, trough, and say, "Be back in a week."
Right. Here's a phone. Let us know.
Yeah. Leave them a house phone that's rotary dial, so even if they do need to contact us, they can't because they won't know how to use it.
I love that. I love being raised in the time that we were raised in, where we didn't have the internet and phones and all these gadgets. We didn't have to be influencers out speedwalking to make a living.
Right. Yeah, we would just see other people on the street doing the same thing anyway.
I started, in spirit of that, Aaron and I started doing jazzercise with Jane Fonda. So in between speed walks.
On top of the Richard Simmons that you never gave up on since the 80s?
Right? I've got a Richard Simmons outfit, and we're going to be, once we figure out get our production team in place, we'll start recording those videos too.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier, I think you and I both have dressed as Zach Galifianakis before.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you do a good one.
Pull it off well. So I was like, this is kind of like a mobile between 4 ferns. We would each have 2.
Nice. Yes, we should do that. We should have had little plants on our shoulders. No, you and I both have beautiful bodies for Zach Galifianakis impersonations.
Yes.
Yours a little bit more svelte than mine. I wouldn't want to tell you that you had a body like mine. That's really not kind. But I still get people say I look like Zach Galifianakis, which is strange to me because I don't feel like I look like him at all.
Right.
But you have a better hair color for it. I had to wear a wig.
Yeah, I let mine grow out for a while actually before that happened. I even put a little curl in it.
I won. JJ Ramon and Bobby Greenway and I won a costume contest, being the Hangover crew.
Oh, the crew.
So Bobby was Bradley Cooper. JJ
I was in that too. I was just the guy you were looking for. You
were Doug?
Yeah. I was on a rooftop.
What was that, like 2010?
I mean, nobody told me I was in it, but I was just lost somewhere.
Who did we wanted to get my brother Kyle to be, who's the Asian man? You fuck on me?
Oh, yeah.
Just so we could lock Kyle in a trunk of a car. Speaking of Kyle, he came out on my walk, and I feel like now that he's not here, I got to make fun of him. He came in full suit and tie, buttoned up, ready for insurance appointments. And so I walked faster than I normally do, trying to make him sweat. I was hoping that he'd have to walk around with a hourglass on his back all day. So I was thinking about your business name is BMI, right?
Yes.
And
not to be confused with IBM.
Irritable bowel
right
syndrome. IBS. Well, so yeah, I was thinking that our business names actually have a lot in common. Penetrator Events and BMI, because I'm about penetrating the community, and you're about Bowel Movements International.
Body mass index is what we're trying to get down right now.
Yes, no shit. I don't know. I've been walking for 16 days and I've lost 3/4 of a pound. So at this rate, when I'm 75, I'll be at peak performance.
Right. So yeah, BMI actually started. My father, when he got into the construction thing after 22 years at Post, he bought into a franchise and it was called Handyman Connection, but he needed basically a DBA to work under. So my brother's name is Brandon. His nickname from my father was Bo for short. My name's Cam. My nickname from my dad was Mac, which is Cam backwards. So it was Bo Mac Incorporated is what he had his franchise under. That later turned into BMI for beautifying, maintaining, and improving.
All right. Awesome.
Yep.
So that started as a franchise under Handyman Connections.
Yeah, way back in 2000.
I feel like that's a huge need in handyman in general, is like, because there's the big guys like you and who do bigger jobs, but then fixing a hole in the drywall or just lots of times people don't pick up those little jobs.
They don't, and honestly, that's what we focused on then, and inevitably it grows into bigger things. But that's the whole idea is, you get into that smaller job that customer just needs something done for now.
Eventually.
Well, when it's time to redo that whole kitchen, who's the first person you're going to call?
Yep.
It's the guy that you've already established
and then you
a relationship with.
You inevitably get bigger.
Right. So yeah, we still do the handyman thing, but not near as much as...
I know I hear people all the time say, God, I wish I could just find somebody to do this small job. Everybody's booked out for,
or just
4
swapping
months.
out a kitchen faucet, something like that. Yeah, we still do it, but the call volume on that versus, hey, we need siding, or we need a whole new kitchen, we need a bathroom.
I ran a handyman business, and I flipped houses in Battle Creek 2004 to 2008-9, right at the heart of the mortgage crisis.
Mm-hmm.
But I started in 2006. I lived in Portland, Oregon, and I opened an eco handyman business. It was like
just giving men handies.
not just men. And we went to these so my sort of my mission was reusing old stuff.
Yeah.
And so I did a lot of doors and hinges and knobs and lights, and I would go to this place called the Rebuilding Center in Portland, where it's kind of like a restore, but way bigger, way more like old ornate doorknobs. And so people who had shitty hollow doors, they'd say, hey, I want you to swap these out with a 6-panel and a cartridge and make it all work, and find a skeleton key that works. And I would get paid to spend hours
just searching
knobs and cartridges, and I was making maybe
You're like the $40 an hour. To American Pickers.
Yes.
With a specific item in mind.
I do. I get Frank Fitz a lot too. I think I'm more Frank or Tom Segura than Zach Galifianakis.
I was thinking Tom Selleck.
Sure. Yes.
More Tom Selleck.
Well, from the waist down and the knees up, I'm Tom Selleck.
We need some of those shorts, though.
I have some. The Chubbies brand?
PIs, yeah.
You got any Chubbies yet?
Yeah, no.
Dude, Chubbies shorts
It was awkward, though, that I saw on Facebook the other day an ad showed up for Chubbies, and it says, Shannon McLean Hale likes Chubbies. Well, I don't even own those, so what's she doing looking at Chubbies?
That reminds me of a fun story I like to tell. There's this he's passed now, God bless him, but there's this prominent leader in our community, and one day I'm scrolling through Facebook, and it just says, he likes boobs. That's just, so he, so the Facebook page boobs came across his wall, and he's like, I gotta like that. I can't even, I gotta make sure everybody knows.
This must have been before you could love it.
Yes, and I'll never forget it because it's just the funniest thing. So I immediately went and liked boobs. I was like, I need to make sure people know I like them too. And then I look for all the body parts because I really like a lot of them.
Discriminate.
This trail system, I'm learning about a lot of cool places to walk that I didn't realize existed. Even today, I was just in physical therapy for my shoulder from holding this phone, and I overheard my physical therapist talking to somebody about the Kiwanis trails way south of town on Helmer. I forgot about those, and Woodland Park up off Helmer.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
Another one's the OTT biological. Yeah.
Yep, I'm doing that. Actually, I'm doing a walk without a camera
even
today.
Out at Custer, there's lots of room to run around.
So much. I mean, whenever anybody talks
don't even
smack,
have to be on a leash.
No, well, I mean, sometimes I want to be, but yeah, there's great trails here. It's great. I don't know. I think we have fun on social media together when people trash Battle Creek.
Yeah,
I like laughing at them because, well, everywhere can be a shithole if that's what you think about.
I've worked in enough places to know that.
But this is I don't know. I love this town. I love the people in this town. They're diverse in their beliefs and their values and everything, and it's a small town. We've got small town grit. People just are like surviving. This is not necessarily like an easy town to live in and thrive in.
No.
And I'm not saying I'm thriving, but I'm making it, and I like it. I like the cost of living.
I like to see the events that we've got coming up with Penetrator, the Kentucky Dirty, and
just
the mac and cheese.
Yes.
And, all the things that not everyone, but lots of people bitch about. There's nothing to do. Well, get out there and do it.
It's so funny on the Kentucky Dirty page the other day. A friend of mine shared it and tagged her friend, and her friend goes, God damn it, I wish we had fun stuff like that here. And she's like, it's here. It's literally here. The people don't even look to see where things are. They're just immediately like, man, that's not happening here.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there's Little People Wrestling happening in Charlotte, and I was really mad that it wasn't happening here. Because I'm really interested in checking that out. So
we might fall into that category, you and I.
Yeah, no. People, if anybody wants to throw me against the Velcro wall, they can. I like to be tossed around. Just ask Aaron. We wrestle. Speaking of wrestling, there's wrestling happening. Hi guys, you catching anything? Oh, you're not fishing. Territorial Brewing Company is having IPW wrestling.
Yeah, I saw it was supposed to happen before, right? But it was a last-minute schedule change.
Yes, and so it's happening May 6th. No, May 20th.
Okay.
The same day as the Calhoun County Brew Bus that the Penetrator is doing. It's a hop-on, hop-off brewery tour. So you can get on at Territorial,
watch
Hand Map, New Holland, Dark Horse, Grand River, Albion, Malibu, and buses will come about every half an hour. Pick whoever wants to go to the next brewery up and just do a circle from 12 to 6 for $25. That's also limited to 100 people. I won't use this to promote everything all the time. Most of the time I like to tell dirty jokes. God, this is a cool space. I'm gonna walk up around here. I think there must have been people here. What a lovely place for our first date, Cam.
Yeah.
You didn't hide any beers like Brennan in the woods, did you?
Well, I can't give away all my secrets. I don't have that cool beard cut in, though.
Ready to break some rules?
Ooh. Yeah, only that area is closed. It doesn't say anything about past that area.
Right, it just says, I thought it was under the sign.
And it doesn't go to the edge, so this area is open.
I know why it's closed, because I videoed this earlier this week.
Oh, yeah, I called it. I had them close it for us.
There's
so we
water.
Can get some privacy.
Well, now it's really closed down here. Wow, the water came up quite a bit already, just from Monday. Because we made it all the way to the bridge on Monday. I hope we don't get pulled over. Well, are you signed up for any disc golf leagues, or what do you got going on this summer?
I haven't disc golfed since we had Callie. I think maybe twice, but
we had this conversation last summer. I remember now. I asked you that.
Now she's getting a little older. She's almost 4, so now that she's got the energy that needs to be burned off, I would like to get back into at least throwing occasionally. But I don't know if I'm in it for a league yet, but I'm sure there's plenty of rust to knock off. But I do miss it. It was a good time. Met a lot of nice people. It's a really, really tight-knit community, basically.
It is. I feel like I was a part of it for a little bit. Yeah, and go ahead first. I want to get the full view. Yeah, well, and I was never a great disc golfer, but I was a regular disc golfer from 2004 to about 2011. 10, 11, okay. Right after we built Irving Park.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time there. Love that course just from the amount of time I spent there with Chad and the boys. But I need to get back to it too.
Like Dirty Mike and the boys. Chad and the boys.
Chad and the boys.
We will have sex on this disc golf field again.
If you remember this, the next time you see Chad, you just gotta call him Thad, but don't really pronounce it too hard. Let him wonder if you called him Thad or if you just kind of have a lisp. I don't think he likes it too much. He got a hole-in-one on the original first hole of Irving, and he's like, "Hey, Jeeves, will you write that down on the post?" So I just wrote Thad. Because I would always call him that when he was cranky.
Now, you'd get your ass chewed now for writing on the post.
Oh, right, you're not allowed?
Nope.
Damn it.
That's bad juju.
Everything has rules eventually.
Yeah, I was in it pretty good for a while. Well, so local disc golf legend Seth Badger was working for me, and he got me into it.
Hey, let's go disc golfing after work every day.
It's one of those things you can pound in 18 holes in an hour,
right?
So versus going out and swinging clubs takes 4 hours. So yeah, we were 4 or 5 days a week. So I took to it pretty quickly. It was a fun time.
No, I love it. I'm glad they brought disc golf downtown last year for that tournament. 2 tournaments now.
Didn't get into it, but
I think they're talking
I did
about
stop
it again.
Down and show some support. Same with the ice bowl that Marty just had a few weeks ago. Stopped down there and donated to the food bank and said hi to everybody.
That Marty's a sweet man.
Yeah. Going with him tomorrow to GR. See Free Beer and Hot Wings live at night. And I believe Brennan's going as well.
Yeah, that's episode 14 is going. The other...
That's just our names now, so I'll be 17.
The other best-dressed speedwalking guest, Brennan. Although, if I'm the judge, and he's going to hate me for this, but I think you beat him.
I feel like Rocky Balboa would really like this.
Yes.
He just had the jacket with the one tiger.
I feel like Apollo Creed would really be pissed about it. He'd be like, man, lions are from my jungle.
But Adonis Creed would really love it, since Rocky's like the father figure now.
I haven't watched those, so I didn't even know that.
I've seen
spoiler
the first
alert.
Couple. I'm just making shit up now. It didn't happen.
Well, yeah, so looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm glad the tornadoes didn't come through.
Yeah, I kept hearing about that, and we're actually doing some siding on some modular homes right now. It was like, well, maybe tomorrow we'll be siding these in Marshall once they blow over.
Right.
Never really saw anything.
I'm always surprised that, not modular, but mobile homes, still exist in this area, with all the wind that we have. How do they make it through? And
ironically, that's when I worked in Louisiana after Katrina went through. That's what we were doing down there, setting new mobile homes.
Right, because it's the most affordable.
Yep. They're like, well, that one blew away. Let's put another one down, and we'll have it for 10 years till it blows away.
So did you do that 2008? Ish? Was that when that happened? 6, 7, 8? 6? I can't remember.
I want to...
Katrina, right?
2004.
Maybe it did.
I think we went down in 2006, came back in 2008.
Is that like some FEMA work?
No. It was actually setting modulars up here and pretty much anywhere nearby. We've been out to Iowa, all up and down the East Coast, and then that happened. We went down about 2 years after it happened, and it still looked like nobody had touched a thing.
Oops, so, I was filming our shoulders for a minute.
But the one thing I miss the most is the food.
Oh.
I think we're both kind of foodies from what I can tell. I've wasted money on a lot of good dumb things, and food is not one of them.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of money on food, and it's mostly. But I whenever I'm getting ready to go somewhere for a short visit or a vacation, I spend an inordinate amount of time on my phone in the evening.
Oh yeah, you gotta
looking up
ahead.
all the shit.
Yep.
And I don't make an itinerary. Like,
no,
I know I'm not going to go to all the places that I want to.
You want to know what the options are before you're hungry there, and let's spend an hour looking at what's good, because I don't want to go to McDonald's.
Well, and I don't want to make last minute decisions because then they're poor. So at least if I have 25 options that I can do in 2 days, maybe I'll get one or two. We do this date night thing too, where we'll go to a place we want to eat, and we'll split an appetizer and get a cocktail, and then go to the next place we want to eat and split an appetizer and get a cocktail. And sometimes the first place we go to, we're like, let's just party here all night. Here, and other times we get 4 or 5 places, and we're full, and we pass out at midnight. I'm going to L.A. in 3 weeks for Willie Nelson's 90th birthday party.
Oh, really?
And I was just looking this morning at some taco joints, and we're staying in an Airbnb in North Hollywood, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna hit up some taco joints.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was born to be Mexican. I could eat Mexican food every day of the week.
Yeah, I love shitty Mexican food.
Have you been to Salsas yet?
Yes.
Dude, their quesadillas are
yes, they are
phenomenal. I don't think I've ordered anything else.
I don't know. I mean, so burritos obviously existed forever. And is it just that they finally made it to Michigan?
Yeah.
Because I feel like 2-3 years is about like that Teresa's Taco Cart in Kalamazoo. Was the first one I saw doing it. I fell in love because I love pot roast. And I love dipping. I love au jus.
Wait, everything, like half of my fridge is just condiments.
Yes.
Like, if I can dip something in it, then I need that.
Yeah, I have so many condiments. I have to go through and do an expiration search because sometimes I'll buy like 3 mustards in one trip to Horrocks, and then go, okay, I don't really need 3 mustards, or these ones are expired.
Get the gallon of mayo from Sam's Club.
Oh yes.
If you're not using Duke's mayo, you're doing it wrong.
I'm a Duke's guy. I like Hellman's still, but there's another one. What's the Japanese one? It's like QP or something?
Something like that, yeah.
I haven't tried that yet.
I haven't either. I've seen it on the shelf, but I have a gallon of Duke's mayo from Sam's Club in the fridge to burn through first.
There's another. This isn't a dipping sauce. Well, I use it as a dipping sauce, but it's a spaghetti sauce that someone recommended. I haven't tried it yet. But it's like Mike Brooklyn's or something. I guess they have it at Meijer, and I heard it's an amazing, like, really well done spaghetti sauce in a can. And I like making my own.
Right.
But I also like quick meals.
Or even if I get something in a can, it still gets doctored up.
Oh yes.
It's like the kids wanted pizza last night. We had a Jack's pizza in the fridge. I'm like, I don't think Jack's is one of the best frozen pizzas, but I don't 100%. Think anybody's ever made one that you haven't added more shit to.
Oh yeah.
Like, at least cheese.
Some cheese.
Not everything else.
No, same thing. I do that with salsa too. Cut some fresh tomatoes and throw it in a jar of salsa. Tell people I just made it homemade.
Right.
A little, quarter teaspoon of cilantro.
Yeah,
I mean, I opened the jar at home and added something to it.
People say they made it from scratch. They probably didn't grow their own tomatoes and onions. So
exactly,
you're right in the same ballpark.
I love as much as I love eating other people's food. I love cooking also.
Yeah, I like cooking too.
I wasn't always a good cook, but I think I'm an okay one now.
I fell into the smoker rabbit hole a couple years ago. Yeah. So I don't recommend it unless you like drinking beer all day on Saturdays and eating meat.
I do. Especially daytime is the best time to drink because I like to go to bed early.
Yeah.
I love smoking brisket and ribs. The 3-2-1 method.
It's foolproof. I mean, a lot of people say they're too tender. You're not going to win a competition with it. Well, that's
cool.
I like them.
I'm not trying to win a competition.
Right. Plus, it's easily repeatable.
Oh yeah, it's My father-in-law, actually, he doesn't know that he taught me how to cook, and he probably doesn't watch these, so I can give him praise.
Oh, Danny?
But he's a good cook, yes. And his basically, I just listen to him. Well, he Googles, like, contest-winning recipes and, like, Bobby Flay or whatever, right? And then he'll just, like, keep doing that recipe until he knows it and doesn't need to use it anymore, and then modify it. And it's like... And I was never a recipe guy. I was always like, I was like a chemistry set guy.
Right.
I wanted to just like tinker around in the kitchen.
I'm kind of right there in the middle. Like, if I know there's a dish I want to make, I'll find like 3 or 4 recipes, and it's all right. Well, that part sounds good to that one and that one, and kind of mix it all together.
I think that's how I've evolved into.
It turns out fine.
Yeah, I still fuck up in the kitchen on occasion.
Yeah. We do a golf trip once a year, and usually I'm asked to bring my red beans and rice, a recipe that I've adapted and kind of worked on since being in Louisiana because I missed it. And it is phenomenal. Like, I'm asked to bring it. Well, they were out at Tony Satchery's one time, so I had to get that Slap Ya Mama Creole seasoning.
That's some good stuff.
It's good, but it was way hotter than the Tony, so I just doused it in like usual. I don't measure shit.
No, me neither.
I measure with my love.
Yeah, I measure with a teaspoon in my mouth.
Everybody's like one bite, like crying, sweating. It's been an ongoing thing since. No more Slap Your Mama, Rune.
Have you had island style barbecue yet?
I have, yeah. Yep.
They have. I love their red beans and rice.
Yeah.
But I love it in there with the oxtail stew.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't been in there in a minute. Yep.
I went last week.
Depends on where I'm working and where I get to eat.
Well, and I hadn't gone in a long time, but we went last week because I was craving it. The fam was on staycation, so we went to hit it up on Friday, I think. Last Friday. And I'm hungry. I'm going to have second breakfast soon.
I can't do breakfast. If I do breakfast, for some reason, I'm hungry again for like lunch at like 10.
Yeah,
we just got to get up, get to work,
get going, and build up a hunger.
Yeah.
So how'd I get you out here today? You got the team on a project, and you're just gonna go supervise in that beautiful outfit?
I got them rolling this morning. I got to run around, do I think 6 estimates today. Go meet customers.
You just told them you were coming to do an estimate, didn't you?
I'm probably gonna go home and maybe get out of this delicious outfit.
Well, you don't want to snag that on anything. Right. That'd be a shame.
I don't want to catch it on a piece of drip edge or something when I'm measuring a roof.
So when you got that in the mail, before Shanna came home, did you put it on and like lay in the bed all boudoir style for her? Like the zipper undone? Because, speaking of Tom Selleck, that's a real Burt Reynolds type outfit, I think, too.
It really is.
That would look really great on the cover of Playgirl.
It would look really good in a black Trans Am.
Yes, it would. What wouldn't look good in a black Trans Am? That's a good line. I think that's going to make the
Billy
edit.
Madison pulling up to the school.
My best friend growing up had a IROC Z after the Navy rolls up with just this beautiful sports car, and then I think one summer he left the T-top open, and it rained in it like 100 gallons, and then it just sat there and rusted out. I think that's still in the backyard of my other friend's house, just kind of like a constant reminder.
It's a kiddie pool, still holding the water.
It was such a sweet ride. I never had any sweet rides like that. Well, I did, but not like that. I had a Volkswagen bus.
I had rides that I thought were sweet. Now I look back, I was like, well, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, I thought my 84 S10 was dope as shit.
I had an S10 with a small block in it. It was fast as shit, but ugly as sin. It was like literally like the 80s kind of mauve.
And they freaking leak oil no matter what.
With the teal and purple like pinstripe down, like this old Solo
wait, did you get that done?
No, it was already done.
They came stock.
I'm going to paint this thing. Of course, when you're like 19, you have the money to paint the thing. I don't know how we had the money to keep putting gas in it.
Yeah, I had an S10 with a tonneau cover and
performance package.
Base tubes. It was extended cab, so I had base tubes in the back with like the little like anybody under 117 pounds could fit in them.
Right.
So I was the driver to lunch. We get about 6 people in there.
Seat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful. 84. Tap it cover gasket leaks all day long.
Right. Just rolling white. Well, so you were rolling coal, but it was white smoke long before it was a thing.
Yep.
You were rolling vape.
Yeah, I was vaping in '84. Clouds. Well, thanks for walking with me, man.
I appreciate the invite.
Little way to get the heart rate up. You're not supposed to say that I invited you. You had to ask me, and I had to get on a list.
Yeah.
It was an application process.
I greased the palm a little bit.
This is hey. Well, nice to see you, buddy.
Always a pleasure, sir.